EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. Two teams in this one going in the right direction. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, both these squads come in off winning streaks. Something's going to have to give, but you love having that momentum coming into a game like this.
And absolutely right, Mike. And on top of it, if you're the home team today playing in front of your home crowd.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
And this is the opportunity Sam Darnold's been working for. I mean, to resurrect his career after some struggles early on in New York. He's had a bit of a mixed bag, but there is no mistaking the physical talent, the arm strength, the ability to play quarterback at a high level. He has it all. There's a reason he was drafted where he was, Mike, and I think Minnesota has themselves a sleeper here at the quarterback position.
The first carry for the Spartan, Kenneth Walker. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A big play for Seattle, and even 30 yards. Set to go now on 1st and 10. We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll try to run for it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on 3rd down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up the 1st down.
The tight end Fant in motion. Darnold now on 1st and 10. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith and Jigba. 13 pretty lucky here. Back-to-back gains of 13. And another 1st down. On the handoff, this is Walker. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, if this opening drive is any indication of how the rest of this game's going to go, it seems this offense is going to be pretty content keeping the ball on the ground. A lot of success here early. Now it sets up 1st and goal.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll run with Walker. A dive, and he's in! Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle. Touchdown number 9 for the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This fielded at about the 9. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. They're led out by the last pick in the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Now, a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with McCaffrey. And he'll convert, picking up the first down at the 46-yard line.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
On 1st and 10, it's Purdy. He's going to keep it himself. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A run with the man from Louisville, Isaac Guerrero. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
3rd and short. Purdy. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And Purdy going to smartly hit the deck here as he's able to pick up the first down in the process. 12 yards there, and a first down. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Purdy going to give this one to McCaffrey. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Open receiver, the former Gator, it's Ricky Pearsall.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
1st and 10. Purdy. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle? And tell you what, they've answered all those questions, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10. From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. He'll take this one down to the 8-yard line. 3rd and goal. Purdy works out of the pistol. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. And he continues to be a thorn in the side of defenses trying to stop him. Currently second in the NFL in rushing. On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. That one intercepted. Picked off by Renardo Green.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
The Niners offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one. I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Here's Austin Seibert now to try the field goal. This a 48-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Niners are back within 1. It's 7-6.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. So after 1, it's the Seahawks with the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. They face 2nd down and 7. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll weave his way down close to that 1st down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
We'll try and run it with Walker. Walker, 1st down and more. That one good for 15 and a 1st down.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire 1st half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
Straight ahead, it's Walker. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Malik Mustafa there to bring him down.
At the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Shotgun run now with Walker. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Walker. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Another big-time run right here, Mike, and it's pretty clear for everyone to see what the plan is for this drive. It's to turn around and continue to feed the back, because right now, the defense has no answers to stop him.
Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. The Seahawks are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and goal.
Here's Walker. And that'll be a pickup of 3. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Walker. He slams it in there, and he is in. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seahawks. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. That touchdown puts him in double digits. Now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. Now the point after try from Myers. He's got it. And the Seahawks will take a 14-6 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. Oh, he's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. In fact, he leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards. On play action, here's Purdy. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
The key to this play here, Mike, is the anticipation of the snap. Watch how he's able to time the center, and when that ball moves, he hits it. Gets through into the backfield, and he brings the quarterback down before the receivers even got out of their breaks.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd, and now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
Now he'll run it, and he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
This is all about sensing the pressure. You can see him keeping his eyes downfield as long as he can. But ultimately he decides, I got to tuck this ball and become a runner. He's able to avoid the sack, pick up some positive yards.
This fielded inside the 35. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Seahawks offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Get that one to Charbonnet, complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3.
At the 46-yard line.
From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They run with Walker. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
On 3rd and long, here's Darnold. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
Quarterback just has to get this ball out of his hands. I understand giving your guy a chance to pick up the 1st down. Let's see if he can get some space downfield past the sticks and put one on him. But once it's clear that's not going to work, this ball either needs to be thrown away, checked down, but you certainly don't want to continue to go backwards.
So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Niners offense ready to take over once again. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. That's Ayuk with it on the left side.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Purdy now on 2nd down. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Shotgun snap to Purdy. He finds his big receiver. That's Jennings. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the 1st down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up 1st down.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
He'll go underneath here. The running back out of the backfield. 2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. We're back to Seattle after this. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. He's got his man. Complete to Pearsall. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Back to the air again is Purdy. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. 3rd and short. Here's Purdy. He'll try to run for it. And Purdy going to smartly hit the deck here as he's able to pick up the first down in the process. So Kittle comes in motion. Throwing on first down is Purdy.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Off the play fake. Here's Purdy. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time. And third down coming up. Purdy. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the 49ers are back within 5.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
First and 10.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Darnold going for it all. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from
We'll
you.
get right back to it as we'll get ready for the third quarter. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey getting set for their next possession. As we get a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns by a running back, he sets the pace here as we get to the latter stages of the season. So Kittle comes in motion. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They run once more with McCaffrey. And he's going to have that first down across midfield and down to the 46-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up the first down.
And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He's into space past the 25. And he's going to be brought down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
They'll run the toss with McCaffrey. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On the ground, it's McCaffrey. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If you want to win in this league and have a successful defense, how you perform on third down is critical. Even more so, your backs are up against the wall. The offense finds themselves down in the red zone looking for 6. Those third down sacks go a long way to keeping touchdowns off the board and making them settle for field goals. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense and their running back set to go once more. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. So they come to the line for first down and 10. On play action, here's Darnold. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He'll try again here, second and 10. The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he'll pick up 2, out to the 27. We're going to try to pick this up on third and 8. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
So the 2 components to a scramble drill, Mike, is the quarterback has to buy time with his legs, and then all of the receivers need to second reaction and come open downfield late. And he bought time, but nobody was able to separate, and there's nowhere to go with the ball.
Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away, as he's on to punt for the second time. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. On second down, Purdy. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Third and 5. To throw is Purdy. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. He's going to have that first down. Gain of 6 as they convert on third down.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the first down.
And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs, kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
They'll go back to McCaffrey on first down. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's second and 6. Purdy works out of the pistol. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the first down. 3rd and a yard. Needing a yard, they throw with Purdy. He'll try and get there on the ground. And Purdy going to smartly hit the deck here as he's able to pick up the first down in the process.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Purdy. That is caught, and he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll try and run with McCaffrey. And he will dive into the end zone. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, San Francisco. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. But nothing they've done has worked so far. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
There's a guy, Mike, who just refuses to go down. You'd love to see the old school kind of stiff arm. Get off me. Ability to break these tackles and still pick up big yards.
Darnold to throw on 1st down. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his...
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down. The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. So Kittle comes in motion. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Julian Love brings him down. 2nd and 7. On the give, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. On the zone read, a give to Garendo. And that's going to be enough to move the chains. 1st down, up past the 35.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, 49ers.
Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Moving the tight end right. On the handoff, McCaffrey. And he's going to be a little short of the first down there. He's up to the 45-yard line. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll try to run for it with McCaffrey. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
2 yards on the play. First down, San Francisco.
Out of the gun, it's Purdy. This throw, left side, caught by Kittle. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Gain of 14.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
A short one there, caught by Kittle. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. They have converted twice on 3rd down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
1 yard. First down, 49ers.
Throwing is Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
And they'll run here with McCaffrey. And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit.
This defense knows the importance of this drive. They have to keep this game at 1 possession. That's a great start there on first down.
They'll look to run with McCaffrey. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Purdy. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Brock Purdy. Touchdown, 49ers. It's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Makes the score Niners 26, Seahawks 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain. Darnold to throw on second down. To the right side here, pass is caught. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They go 5 receivers for third down and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive lineman had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
And he's trying to get to the marker. It's going to depend on the spot, but the first indication that he does not get there. In fact, he did not. It is a stop and a turnover on downs. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses in the NFL are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things: a highly accurate quarterback and the ability of the scheme to get open players in open space. Once you do that, the rest is up to them.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Again, it's McCaffrey. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Throwing is Purdy. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a 1st down. A tight end in motion now. Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now here's 2nd and goal. They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. And he's going to get this down to the 10-yard line. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. They'll run. And good work there by the defense. They stop him at the 9 to force 4th down. Austin Seibert now for this field goal try. This about as short as you can get. Seibert's kick is good. And the Niners will extend their lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
They'll drop to throw.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he's going to go down. The pressure, once again, too much. And that should wrap this one up.
So as an offensive coordinator, you have to have answers for what the defense throws at you. And in this case, your quarterback is sitting back there. He has nowhere to go with the ball on 4th down. He ends up taking the sack, and now your drive is over.
The 49ers offense make their way out to take over once more. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some clock here, and they'll start this drive 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Now Seattle will use the final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Seibert's kick is good. And the 49ers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter. So a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. And make that a 5th straight victory as they're looking tougher and tougher to beat every week, especially heading to playoff time. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.